Hi everyone. Okay, so doing some reflection. I think I have to be considered a digital native because I was literally born 1 month and 1 day after the internet was made publicly available. So I literally don't know anything other than internet and technology. I grew up completely in a world of transition and of all kinds of things with the internet, with the technologies, with the learning, just everything has been a huge transition, which I think has been a really good thing for me. So anyway, thinking back, I remember having a family computer. As long as I can remember, it was a big, huge, slow computer, but we did have it. I remember my dad's first cell phone that was about, bigger than his face, just a huge brick, really. But I don't remember a time when we didn't have a computer, and I don't remember a time when we didn't have some form of cell phones. So educationally, beginning in elementary school, we had computers. I remember going to the library to do research projects. I think we probably went once a week, every other week, something like that. We did still use encyclopedias and things of that sort, but I remember learning how to use Google and things like that at a really young age. Moving on to middle school, same thing. We had a computer lab that I don't recall there being computers in the classrooms, but we did have them available to us, and we were learning how to use them through middle school. It was funny, I was thinking initially, well, I didn't really see technology in my actual classroom. And as I got thinking further, I've always had PowerPoint. I've always had videos projected onto the screen and things of that sort. And I thought, Jenna, that's technology. You just don't think of it as technology because that's all I know. I don't know differently than that. So I think that kind of also can be attributed to my digital nativeness. I don't even think of things like PowerPoint as technology in the classroom because that's all I've ever known. So moving forward, I got my first smartphone in high school, which is kind of when the social media buzz for me began, which opened up a lot of doors to a lot of different things. I got my first laptop at the end of my senior year of high school, moving on to college. Now you really can't do college without a laptop. I got an iPad in college, and I would show up to every lecture, every class meeting, everything with a laptop, an iPad, and a smartphone. So and now looking back, I realize that that's almost excessive, but it's kind of just what I did and what people do, and it's not uncommon. So it's interesting to reflect on. I wouldn't say my dependency on technology, but for lack of a better word, I use it all the time, and when I can't, you almost feel lost, which I think is part of the downfall of it. Moving forward, and in my student teaching, I've been in 2 one-to-one classrooms. I've had some experience with smart boards, but I haven't been in a classroom with a teacher that really works to incorporate technology in for her students' learning. And so I'm really hoping that in my future student teaching, I will be exposed to that, and I'll be able to practice implementing that as well. So moving forward with the class, it's nice to know that we kind of have a good understanding of what it means, what it involves to, define it as a digital native or not. Kids are in a digital world. Students learn differently now than they did even when I was in elementary school with floppy disks and library computers. So I'm looking forward to just, how can we incorporate that into our learning? How can we make it automatic for us as teachers to include that so that we can better serve all of our students? Thanks.